Hello, welcome to this edition of FLCC Reports. I'm Arthur Twist.
And I'm Trinity Wilson. Coming up on this edition, how to make the most of the holidays and stay safe. But first, although winter doesn't officially arrive until Friday, we've already had more than the usual amount of snow for this time of year. Although many of us are already tired of driving in it, we must accept the fact that there's still plenty of winter ahead. In this report, Andrew Gardner offers some helpful advice for us getting through it.
Weather in New York can be unpredictable, especially in the fall to winter months, so it's good to plan ahead of time. But are college students ready to take driving in winter seriously?
So, do you think you're ready to drive in winter when it comes?
Just put on. I have spare windshield wiper fluid. I'm ready, I think.
All right. And would there be any advice you could give new students to prepare for driving in winter?
Drive slow, especially when you're coming up to intersections. Brake as early as you can.
Officer Brandon Lawson, an on-campus officer, had this to say about students driving in the winter.
Big thing is slow down. Everything can be prevented when you slow down and pay attention. You got to give yourself at least double the distance and time to stop when it's inclement weather, especially snow and ice. Make sure your vehicle's clear and free of snow and ice, and those are two of the biggest things that we see that people have obstructed views, or they're going too fast and rushing and not paying attention, and most of the time things can be avoided when those things are done.
The average first snowfall in the Finger Lakes area comes around November 5th, according to a study done by the Weather Channel, and our first snowfall already came October 18th. Over 1,300 people are killed and over 116,000 people are injured on snowy, icy, or slushy roads each year, according to a Safe Winter Roads Organization report. These numbers are scary, but if students and faculty stay ahead of the curve and prepare correctly, then snow shouldn't be an issue. The American Automobile Association has a list of tips for drivers preparing for winter. Never drive while fatigued. Never warm up your car in an enclosed space like a garage. Make sure your tires are properly inflated and all your tires must be the same type. Keep your gas tank at least half full. Avoid using your parking brake and cruise control. Always steer where you want to go. And of course, always wear your seatbelt. AAA also has tips for students making the long trip back home on weekends or breaks. Watch or read the weather report in advance and of the day of your trip. Pack accordingly. Make sure your car has hats, gloves, food, and water. If you become snowbound, stay with your vehicle. Don't overexert yourself if you try and push or dig your vehicle out of the snow. Make sure your exhaust pipe isn't clogged. Some extra tips from AAA include to accelerate, decelerate, and drive slowly. Ideally, keep an 8 to 10 second gap between you and the car ahead of you. Do not power uphill and do not stop going uphill. If you do not need to leave and the conditions are bad, please stay at home. Hopefully, people will make the changes necessary to be ready for early snowfall this year. I'm Andrew Gardner, FLCC Reports.
Thanks, Andrew. Good advice. In addition to taking it slow, be patient. We not only have to watch out for snow and ice this year, but also for deer. They run in packs and are most active at dusk and dawn between October and January, so stay alert. If you see a deer, brake firmly and calmly and honk. Also, swerving can make you lose control of your vehicle, so experts say it's best to stay in your lane.
Speaking of cold weather and animals, pets need extra special care when temperatures drop. The American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals offers a number of tips. They include protecting your pet's paws on frozen surfaces, washing and immediately towel drying their feet and stomach when they come from outside. Also, make sure they have a warm place to sleep off the floor and away from drafts. Remember, if it's too cold for you, it's probably too cold for your pet.
So let's look and see how cold it's actually going to be as we get closer to the holidays. Temperatures this week will range from the high 20s to mid 30s during the day. It will be partially to mostly cloudy throughout the period with a chance of precipitation, most likely snow showers. However, rain is possible Friday. That's the first day of winter. The high that day could reach 36 degrees.
Holiday breaks are an opportunity to check out local attractions. One of them is the New York State Museum of Transportation. Mike Palmarini visited the museum recently and has this report.
Only open on Sundays and located in the town of Rush, the New York Museum of Transportation is dedicated to preserving the history of transportation in the state. The museum is home to 14 antique trolley cars and also houses a steam locomotive and several horse-drawn carriages. You can even walk inside some of the trolleys and interact with the exhibits. This exhibit shows a partially built trolley. During the autumn season, the museum runs fall foliage trolley rides. Tickets cost $8 for adults, $7 for children, and $6 for seniors. This is the only working electric trolley in the entire state of New York. It takes you through the fields and forests of Rush and Genesee on a volunteer-built track, then reverses and goes back to the museum. The whole ride is about 15 minutes long. The museum also features a huge and intricately detailed model train exhibit. Up to 4 trains can be run at once to entertain people of all ages. The New York Museum of Transportation is interesting at any time of the year, but it's especially worth a visit in autumn for the trolley ride. For FLCC Reports, I'm Mike Palmerini.
Thanks, Arthur. Still ahead, on FLCC Reports, fitness tip. Thanks, Arthur. Still ahead on FLCC Reports, fitness tips, and how you can help others over the holidays.
And later, off to the races. Stay with us. Tis the season of giving, and there are many ways that you can help. The Salvation Army, for example, has its Angel Tree, which provides food and gifts to families in need. Blood donations also drop significantly during the holidays. In the final weeks of the year, the American Red Cross hopes to collect 175,000 blood and platelet donations. You can go to redcross.org to schedule an appointment.
With the new year just around the corner, you might be thinking about resolutions. Many promise to get into shape. Sticking with the fitness program can be a challenge, especially for college students. Mark Hargreaves has more in this report.
At Finger Lakes Community College, students are trying to develop healthier routines. Adam Klein, a graphic design student, spoke about his workout routine.
I think FLCC definitely does provide options for students to become healthier. I don't know if everybody's taking advantage of them to the fullest, but I try to.
Klein uses the fitness center 3 days a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We spoke with the director of athletics, Robert Loden, about college students trying to stay healthy.
They're all trying to stay healthy, but I do know that we have a lot of educational programs here, and we have a fitness center that's open 5 or 6 days a week anyways, and I do notice that there's a lot of students that are utilizing that fitness center at certain times of the day, so there is a population that is trying to stay active. So that's one way they're trying to stay healthy, is by staying active. I know not always at the dining halls there are a lot of great choices, but they always try to have some healthy choices over there. Well, are the students eating that? I couldn't tell you that for sure. I still think there's a lot more work to do for us to educate students to know that they need to be active, and they need to eat healthy.
While it may be difficult for college students to maintain their health, the fitness center is open 6 days a week to all students.
According to WebMD, you're most likely to stick with a fitness program if you take baby steps towards your goal. Hang tough. Realize that every workout takes practice. Do different types of workouts to keep it interesting, and exercise with a friend. Of course, what you eat is a major part of the fitness program, and it's tough to eat healthy over the holidays, but you can take some simple steps to help yourself. You can bring healthy snacks to parties. If you're at a buffet, use a smaller plate and slow down when you eat. If you slip up, don't punish yourself. Strive to make healthier choices next time you eat, and try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. We tend to eat more foods and choose foods that are high in fat and sugar when we are tired.
One more holiday reminder. With a week until Christmas, make sure to check shipping cutoff dates in order to guarantee that gifts arrive on time. Online retailer Amazon guarantees their free 2-day shipping for Prime members right up until the 22nd. That deadline is the 21st for FedEx and UPS.
Thanks, Arthur. Next on FOCC Reports, off to the races.
Allie Nudd joins us with a front row seat to NASCAR. Stay with us. Finally, reporter Allie Nudd is a major NASCAR fan.
That's right, Arthur. Most weekends during the season, you can find her at the track, and that's just where she was a few weeks ago. So here's Allie to tell us about it.
Thanks, Arthur and Trinity. Martinsville Speedway plays home to NASCAR twice during the season. Come October, it's playoff time. Martinsville kicks off the round of 8. A half-mile oval, it's one of the shortest and fastest on the circuit and one of the best tracks to catch a race.
Martinsville Speedway, located in beautiful Ridgeway, Virginia. Famous among NASCAR fans for the Martinsville hot dog. For 8 drivers, their playoff hopes remain alive. The trucks take to the track on Saturday as the green flag drops. The sun rises over the midway, waiting for the fans to trickle in.
Throughout the year where you're in and out, and this is one of the tracks that I actually have been racing here in late models at a young age like Maya, and it's just kind of like my home away from home track, and I like it for that reason, and it's just come to become this warm and fuzzy feeling every time I get here.
Favorite part, and it's not super cold, but the other part is the hot dogs. The Martinsville hot dogs are the best. Have you had one yet?
I have.
Okay, well I had like
Fans
only 3.
dance to the Martinsville
I love
Shuffle
the
during
Martinsville hot
pre-race.
dogs, and I love the short track racing. I love a little bit of drama at the racetrack. Now when you're not at the race, start us off on my count. Hands above your head. Come on. 5, 6, 7, 8, right.
500 miles of mayhem are upon us as the Cup cars take to the track on Sunday. A finish that had everyone in the stands on their feet. The Joey Logano victory is in the air. Martinsville Speedway never fails to deliver on an exciting race.
Joey Logano scored the victory and punched his ticket into the Championship 4. He went on to win his first ever Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series championship. Now in the offseason, teams in all 3 national series are gearing up for the season kickoff at Daytona International Speedway on Sunday, February 17th. Arthur and Trinity, back to you.
Thanks, Allie. I bet you can't wait. That's all for this edition of FLCC Reports. I'm Arthur Twist.
And I'm Trinity Wilson. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.